Okay, welcome in. You'll notice this is a little different type of episode. This isn't one of our normal episodes. I'm just solo on this one. Me and Johnny are going to try to bring out different content. I think he plans to do some basketball recaps, and I plan on doing some Yankee recaps. That's what this is. I'm going to be recapping the Yankee game today here, Saturday, April 5th. It's about 7:13 p.m. I think the Mets game is just about to start, and the Final Four, the first game, the Florida Auburn game, is in halftime right now. So yeah, just something different to bring you guys more videos than our once a week because we love filming our once a week podcast in the studio that our school lets us use, but you know, baseball season, there's a lot of news coming out, and it's kind of hard when you're only filming once a week to, try to recap the last 6, 7 days because there's a lot going on, especially with the Yankees and the Mets. So like something that happens on a Thursday, by the time Wednesday rolls around and it's time to record, could just be like no, not news anymore. So yeah, we're gonna be doing uh doing this more often, and hopefully right now I'm just recording this on my computer. Hopefully soon I get a mic and a webcam, and then the quality of this will just be much better. So just bear with me for the next few weeks, and hopefully I'll be making those upgrades. Uh, I'm gonna preface this video how I preface every video and show we do. Like, comment, and subscribe on the channel. Follow us on our socials. Just look up Big Apple Breakdown on any social media platform, and you'll find us. It really helps out the channel. I was looking at our analytics the other day, and I noticed that about 70% of the viewers of the channel are not subscribed to the channel. And, it's free. Just got to click the button, and it helps us out a ton because it pushes our videos to new viewers. If you hit the share button and share it to a friend or family member, it helps us out just a ton. So, that being said, let's get right into it. So, today the Yankees beat the Pirates by a score of 10-4. If you watch the game, you'll notice that Bellinger was out of the lineup again today for a second straight game. He has some back stiffness, and the Yankees said it was just a precautionary thing. Or I think he said it was just a precautionary thing, and he's dealt with this a lot in the past, so not really anything to be nervous or worried about. Just a little note to the game there. He was available off the bench, but he didn't come in and play or pinch hit. Another note is he took swings in the cage today, so seems like something that he's just working through, and it seems like he's going to be totally fine. So the Yankees had Marcus Stroman on the mound today, and they faced the tall lefty, barely falter, 6'4" lefty. Watching the broadcast, they were talking about he doesn't have the fastest velocity, but he has a long step to the plate. So even though he's throwing 92, 93, it looks faster because he's throwing it about 10 inches closer to the plate. So the Yankees definitely in the first two innings, or really the first inning, they looked like they were falling behind a little bit. But really that second time around the order, they hit him well. Uh, so let's go to my game summary here. We're gonna start off in the second inning. Jazz started that inning off with a hit by pitch, and then he stole second. Wells singled to drive him in, and then Trent Grisham hit a solo home run after that. And he had a huge day today. That was his first of two home runs. Boone said that he wants to get him more opportunities to hit, and I didn't realize. I looked up after the game some of his numbers and everything. I didn't realize how young he was. He's only 28. He's just like he feels just like a solid veteran presence that you just have in your back pocket to throw in the game whenever you need. Watching the Yes broadcast, they were comparing him to Reggie Jackson, just his look, his hair, his mustache. I thought it was a funny comparison. The thing about Trent Grisham is like he's kind of weird to evaluate because he's a really good player and really good fourth outfielder, and we mentioned this on the podcast the other day, but he's not necessarily someone who you'd want starting every day. He was a first round pick of the Brewers back in 2015, I think. And his best year, I think, was 21 with the Padres. I think he hit like 250. And last year, he only played in, I think, 70 something games, which is way down from the amount of games he had been playing in the past. And Boone really said that he was hoping to get him in more games last year, hoping to get him more plate appearances last year, but it just didn't really work out. And it seems like he's gonna have a lot of opportunities this year to get in more games, get more plate appearances, and just someone he doesn't always hit for average, but he's got sneaky power, and he just a great fourth outfielder to have. Hopefully, he does get more run this year. All right, moving on to the fourth inning. This inning, the Pirates got after Stroman. Stroman really had a really strong first three innings and looked great in those innings, but he's the type of pitcher that likes to work the corners, relies on getting that strike call, and he just wasn't getting it. Had a really strong first three innings, but in the fourth, the second time around, the young Pirates team really took their time and worked the count, worked the corners. He started that inning off, letting up two walks, and then uh, Hayes was the third batter up that inning, and he doubled, and the Pirates would go on to score four runs in that inning, and Stroman would finish like that would be it for Stroman. He wouldn't come back into the game. And I like that call by Boone to pull Stroman in that situation, just because it just wasn't working for him. He wasn't getting those calls, and there was really nothing that he could have done about that. So turned to the bullpen, which by the way, the bullpen looked phenomenal today. I think they let up two or three total base runners. They let up one hit, and I'll get more on the bullpen in a little bit. But moving on to the fifth inning, this is when the Yankees offense really came alive. Uh, Grisham had another home run. This time it was a three-run homer. A few batters later, Volpe came up with the bases loaded. He had a big three RBI double clearing the bases. Uh, so the Yankees picked up Stroman this inning, came away with a six-run inning to regain the lead. And then it was just kind of smooth sailing the rest of the way for the Yankees. They would tack on two more runs in the eighth and ninth as they take this game and they take the series against the Pirates and win this game by a score of 10-4. Some notable performances that I want to get into in this game today. First, I want to start off with Paul Goldschmidt. You know, he went 3 for 4 with an RBI and a walk. He really came on strong for the last two games of that Milwaukee series. And then he didn't play too well against Arizona, going hitless in that series. The Thursday game, he didn't start. He came in, pinched hit, and walked. And then yesterday, he had two hits. So it really seemed like not getting that start was a much needed day off or a half day almost. And he just continues to rake. Another guy I want to shine some light on is Anthony Volpe. He went 2 for 5. He had that big three-run double right after a couple batters after Grisham's home run. He seems like he might be the breakout candidate of the year. I thought in the beginning of the year, and I could be a little overcritical of some of these guys for sure, but I thought at the beginning of the year that he was kind of looking like rookie year Anthony Volpe, where because Anthony Volpe his rookie year hit a lot of home runs, but you know he hit 211, uh, just wasn't looking too good, and you know he was 21 I think 2 years ago, and he's still only 23. Like he has a lot of time to grow and everything. Today he went 2 for 5, and he had that three run double in the fourth, like I just mentioned before. And he's starting to hit the ball everywhere on the field. He looks more comfortable, and he's just really coming to his own as a player. He had a great pick at shortstop today. I forget who was batting, but hard hit ball. I don't know how he made that play, but it was a really nice play. Dominguez. Dominguez, I am Dominguez's biggest critic, but He's getting better and better, more comfortable. I believe he only had one hit today, but he set the table in that fourth inning for Grisham to come up. And this is also something else that I want to note is the back end of this lineup setting the table. This is something that we did not have at all last year. It's kind of the Judge and Soto show. To begin the inning, you have Jason Dominguez come up, hit a double, Peraza come up, hit a single, and then your number nine hitter, Trent Grisham, uh, driving them in. Like, what more could you ask for? Judge went 1 for 4 and with a hit by pitch, but like everyone on the Yankees got hit today. But when you don't have the top half of your lineup really contributing or really setting the table, and the bottom half of your lineup can come in and say, "Hey, we got this. We can pick them up." Like, what more could you ask for from the bottom half of your lineup? Like they were the instrumental part of the game today, and they are the reason that the Yankees won today. I would say Volpe, Wells, Dominguez, and Grisham for sure are big parts of that Yankees win today. And it's just nice to have those guys step up and do that. Uh, I also want to shine some light on Peraza. He's had limited opportunities coming in this game. I think he had two at bats and he had that home run against the Brewers. Today he went 2 for 4 and he scored 2 runs. Just again, he batted eighth today, another bottom half of the lineup guy stepping up and doing big things. I know some Yankees fans, Johnny especially, was upset that they took Oswaldo out of the lineup, even though they were facing a lefty, and Oswaldo is notably not great against lefties. And Peraza just hasn't really swung a good bat all spring. I know limited opportunity so far this season, he's looked really good, but I'm not a Peraza believer, but I like giving him some opportunity and seeing what he can do. Obviously, he'll probably come back down to earth soon. So, yeah. And then last hitter that I want to shout out is Trent Grisham. He went I've talked to him. I talked about him already a little bit this episode. 2 for 4, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs, and he's my player of the game for this game. And yeah, but now I want to turn my attention to the bullpen. Let me pull this up real quick. So as I mentioned, Marcus Stroman didn't have his best stuff through the sorry, through the first 3 innings. He looked really good. I believe, let up a double in the first, and after that, retired 7 straight before walking the first two batters in the fourth inning. Uh, and then as I mentioned, after that, Boone didn't keep him in, which I thought was a good move by Boone, just because he just didn't have his stuff today. If he was getting some of those calls, I think he would have made it 5 innings, but he just wasn't. And that's just baseball. You're not going to get the corners all the time, and he needs those corners really to be successful. So Stroman's final line is 4 innings, 3 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned runs, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. And then turn it over to the bullpen. Tim Hill went 1, Leiter went 1, Fernando Cruz went 1, and Yarburn went I can't say his name, but Yarborough Yarborough went 2. Uh Tim Hill was the only reliever to let up a hit. The Pirates only have 4 hits this game, and Leiter got the win. Fernando Cruz looked good. Yarborough looked really good. And I think they were talking about this on the broadcast, how the Yankees always have a guy in the bullpen step up. And I think they were talking about this when Leiter or Cruz was in. Uh, Last year, obviously, it was Luke Weaver. Uh, and they were talking about who it could be this year. And I really think it could be Yarbrough. He's just got this weird arm slot. He was throwing some nasty pitches today, and I think he could be a guy where September, October, we're looking back and saying that he was a big piece of this bullpen. Even this bullpen's loaded, but you can never have enough arms, especially with Garrett Cole going down, Heel still down. We got some positive Clarke Schmidt news today, but you can never have enough arms in this league and enough bullpen arms. And I think Yarbrough, working with Matt Blake, the Yankees pitching coach, I think he's going to unlock him, and he's going to have just some nasty stuff this year. Also, I think Fernando Cruz could also be that kind of pitcher too. But yeah, as I mentioned, Leiter got the win, and then moving to the Clarke Schmidt news. Schmidt made a rehab start in Double A Somerset, and he looked really good. He went 3.1 innings, 3 and a third innings, one hit, and seven strikeouts. He's gonna make one more rehab start and then uh come back and join the team. And with him coming back and joining the team, that means the Yankees pitching staff starting rotation is gonna have an odd man out. And that odd man out, it's either gonna be Will Warren or Cookie Carrasco. And it has me thinking, which one will it be? And I'm believing that it's gonna be Will Warren at least to start, just because the Yankees can option him down to the minor leagues and uh they have full control over him. Cookie Carrasco, they really can't. Like they would have to DFA him or something like that. And I think they'll option Will Warren, even if he is pitching better than Carrasco. I think they'll, unless it's like a huge difference, obviously. But I think they'll option him down. I think Carrasco will stay. And then if Carrasco falls apart or anything, then they'll DFA him, bring Will Warren back up. But that's honestly that's honestly would be not the worst problem to have if Will Warren's pitching out of his mind and you have to keep him over Carrasco. So yeah, this was a really good first Yankees recap episode. Just gonna kind of work out some of the kinks here. It's a little annoying to film on Zoom, but yeah, hopefully I just keep putting these out for you guys, keep improving them, keep getting them better. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching. As always, like, comment, subscribe, follow us on all of our socials, interact with the post, leave some comments, let us know what you guys think, let us know what kind of content you want to see. Call in and leave a voicemail. Leave a voicemail for these shows. I'm gonna shout out the phone number real quick. And I didn't promote the show or anything. In the future, I will promote these more and just like call in, leave a voicemail if you have any thoughts of the game or anything, and then I can play them right on here for these Yankee recap shows. So the phone number 910-787-1798. Just leave a voicemail. I'll play them on the show. Any of my friends want to call in live on the show, text me. I can either get you on the Zoom or you can just call my number and uh, you can be on the show. We can talk some Yankees baseball. So again, I'm just gonna keep improving these, getting these better. But thank you everyone for all the support, and I look forward to making a lot more of these. Thank you guys.